Hi, it's Jane, and I'm back with my little tiny journal that I made in part 1 of this video. And I'm going to decorate some of the pages. I've already added some beads on here. I left some long threads when putting in the signatures, and I just tied some beads on the ends of them like that. And they hang down, and when I close it, they just kind of hang out like that. So I'm just going to pick some random pages and start adding in some of my elements that I have here. And the theme is dragonflies, and she loves dragonflies. So she has them all over her house. So I decided I'm going to start gluing in some of the dragonflies with matte medium, or actually I'm going to use the glue stick, I think, to start gluing them in. Get my catalog for gluing. And I like that, but if you can see, there's a lot of white area around where the legs are, where I couldn't, they're just too small for me to cut out. So I'm going to find a little piece of white paper, something that's going to hide that, make it less obvious if the legs weren't cut out, because I'm picky like that. So that's not white enough. Let's see if I can find some paper. This will work. As you can see now, it's going to be less obvious for the white area around the legs of the dragonfly. And I can just put it in there like that. I'll just add another element to the page. So let's start gluing. Now, of course, these are just suggestions. You can use any images that you would like to use. I just happen to be using dragonflies in this one because that is what this book is all about. It can be cats, it can be just random images of things you like. It can be anything you want. Just find some images that you really like and start gluing them down in random pages. Now I'm just going to end this page like that. I may come back to it and do a little more decorating on it, or I may just leave it just like that. So let me see. I have some other dragonflies here. I have Alice in Wonderland, which ooh, it kind of looks good there on that same page. Of course, I would cut, you know, this is such a small book. I'll have to cut some of that out. Actually, I really do like that. I think I might go ahead and glue that down. I got the hiccups. Alrighty. What I'll do is I'll just cut around the pages to trim it off. And that's how it looks. I like that. I'm going to leave some of the pages empty so that she can do her own writing in it. Although I might, this is very bumpy, it would be difficult to write on, so I think I'll add a little piece of like either lined paper or just a piece of white paper there where she can go ahead and write whatever she wants in there. The very first page, I'll just put something on here to introduce the booklet. And where it starts to lift up, where the glue didn't glue it down, I go in with my glitter glue and just stick it under there. Stick the little nozzle under there and put some glue. Because this glue is awesome. It just really adheres very well. I love it. It's my favorite glue, I think, now. So there. Let's stick that down. And I have this other image of a young girl looking up. She was actually drinking out of a fountain, but I'm going to have her looking up at a dragonfly somehow. I have a teapot. I think I'll do the teapot next. And I'm just going to open up. I just like to open up randomly. Okay, I ended up on this page. I am going to put the teapot in here. And let's see, I want to get a dragonfly in there as well. Maybe not that one, this one. I also have these leaves. Oh, I like this, I think. I think I'm going to stick that leaf in there and then the teapot right there already. This one I'm going to use matte medium because if I rub it on this really tender leaf, I think it'll just break it apart. So I'm going to use matte medium here. I left my brushes downstairs soaking in the water to be cleaned. I brushed the matte medium on top of the leaf as well to protect it. Here, I'm putting a piece of paper underneath the page so I don't stick pages together. What I usually do with leaves after is stick some tissue paper on top of it so that it'll protect the leaf. This one might be okay. I think the matte medium might be enough to keep it protected, but we'll see. My scissors really do need cleaning. I've got glue all over them because I trim my pieces like this right here while there's still wet glue on them, and that messes up my scissors. but I am a very impatient person, so oh boy, you know, this leaf doesn't want to stick to this page. This is like a this paper is made of like palm leaves or something. So I'm finding out that it's difficult to work with. So maybe just regular old paper would have worked better, but I really like the texture of this paper, so I'm going to try it again here. Maybe if I would just let it dry before I try cutting it. All right. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. All right, that's all dry. And I think I'm actually going to fold this leaf over to the page, the other page, the opposite page. I think I like that, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. The leaf is almost the same color as the paper, so it doesn't show up. It's very subtle, but I like it. Now I want to put the teapot over here. I'm going to cut the teapot right up here. The reason I'm doing this is it doesn't fold very well in the fold of the book. So what I'm going to do is glue it on each side of the pages like this. I'm going to glue this one down here and then glue this piece over here. And there'll be a little gap there, but it'll be better for the book. Just doesn't work well when you try to glue it down there in the center of the book. Oops, you know what? I could have used the glue stick on this, but oh well. Like I said, this paper, I'm having a difficult time gluing things down on this paper. I don't know if it's the texture or it's the paper itself, the material that the paper is made out of. I don't know. To put water in my jar to keep my brushes clean. I don't know if you heard that, but I said I need to put some water in my jar to put my brushes in to keep them clean. If you didn't see the first video, this is the booklet that I made the first time, and which my sister-in-law, who commissioned me to make her a book, loved it and wanted more dragonflies in hers, and she wanted the dragonfly theme. So that's what I'm doing with this book. I haven't decided how I'm going to decorate the outside, if I am at all. I kind of like the paper that I put on the outside of the booklet, but we'll see. Everything in time. I sort of do things as I go along, so I don't really plan it out. I'm waiting for this to dry so I can close the pages. I'm going to stick some glue under there with my glitter glue. Stick it under there a little bit because it's not really sticking there. And I'm going to dry this. So that page is dry, and I'm going to move on to another one. I decided I wanted this picture here of little girls and a cat, and they're blowing bubbles. So I just picked a random page, and I'm going to glue that down with my glue stick. Glue stick seems to work better. I like making these little books, but they're a little bit challenging because you have to find images that are going to fit in a tiny little book. But you can always cut them down like I did with this one. Alright, what do I want to do next? Get some more dragonflies in here. I have just the wings. I think I'm going to put those little wings there. As I said, this paper is giving me trouble as far as sticking things down on it. I might have to go back and stick some more glue underneath there, but for now, that's working out okay. I also have some flowers. I like that flower there, but I'm not sure. So as I said, I am just giving you ideas of what you can do with your tiny little book. You don't need to do exactly what I'm doing. I do like that flower there. So I'm going to stick that on. I like to use a baby wipe to help stick things down. And that little flower sticking out, I might just leave that right there. I might just leave it right there. I'm not sure, but I like it. I think she's gonna like this book. All right, I think I want to add some ink stamps in there. Don't have many rubber stamps. I hardly have any at all, really. This might be cute. It's just a little flower motif or decoration of some sort. I'm going to use my black so that it'll show up a little more. And I just want to get the top of this. Like that. Yeah, I like that. I feel like this page needs a little more. Yeah, I like that. Now I have to start adding some pockets on here because I made these little cards. Oh, what are they? Oh, here they are. I made these little cards with quotes on them. And this one says, "A flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms." And that's anonymous. And then I have some other ones that have to do with dragonflies. These all have a little bit to do with dragonflies and what dragonflies mean to some people. I made them small enough so that they'll fit in the book. But now I have to figure out how to get a pocket in there. I'm thinking I might want to use the same kind of paper, which is this right here. But fold it over to give it strength. I think I want to use a different paper, more decorative. I'm going to glue this together. I'm making more than I need for one page. I can use it on multiple pages. Yeah, that gave it some strength. Alrighty. And a little quote will fit right in there. I'm going to use my art glitter glue to glue this little pocket down. It's sticking over the edge a little bit, but I can trim that off. Make sure my card fits in there. Yeah. It's gonna fit nice. Okay. Do we want to put a dragonfly on there or not? Yes, I think I do. I'm gonna put that on there. I'll trim that off after it's completely dry. So let's make another pocket right here, in this one. This one, I might just make what you call a belly band, so that the card, wherever they are, come in like this, and yeah, I like that. sure it's not gluing it down. I want to glue the belly band there, but I don't want to glue the card in there. So I'm just making sure it still slips in and out. And it does. That's fine. All right. So it's coming along. I really like this. I'm going to add some more of that. Does that stick? Nope. It's good. I'd like to do this, make that a pocket for one of the cards, like that. I think that would look pretty cool. So I'm going to cut this. Here. Mark it with my pencil where I want to cut it. I want to cut it longer than the page so that I can trim it off after. Where's my ruler? Where's my ruler? I can't find it, so I'll have to use this one, which I don't like because it doesn't have that cork on the back to help grip, and this slips sometimes. But oh well, doesn't matter. I've got stuff everywhere today. I should have cleaned my desk before I started this. I'm just gonna cut it like that. There. This one too, some sort of gauge for some sort of machinery. What does it say? Some sort of recorder. So I don't know what it is, but I like it. So I'm going to glue this piece on there. And I'm going to have to put the glue on the page. Here. And here. Yeah. It's not dry yet, but I'm going to trim it anyways. Should really wait for it to dry. There, and then you can slip this in there like that. And to add stability, I'm going to make another one of these right on the page underneath. So I'm going to add some more glue here. now I have two. One and two. This one is two-sided, so I don't have a decorative side. Yeah. I think I'll add a stamp here. I like that stamp. I got it at a yard sale. Oh, I want to add another element to this here. Maybe a stamp like that. Yeah, I like that stamp. That stamp is from Kenya. I have some really old, rusty looking paper clips that I'm going to add one of these to. This one. I might have to reinforce this page so the paperclip won't tear the page, but try it there. There. That's another way of putting in the cards. It's coming along. What else can I do? That page she can write in, but I want to add paper to here. That'll be easier to write on. I have to find some. Let me go find some. I found some copy paper, and I measured out with some little pencil marks how large I want it. And I'm just going to cut it with my little slicer here, which is kind of small, so I'm going to rip this page down. This is from Fiskar, just a little guillotine cutter. And I'm just going to glue that on there. Did I mention this is just copy paper? I think I did. Yeah, so now if she wants to write her own notes, she has a nice white page to do that on. So there's nothing on this page. It's getting there. All right. So that's just to show you some of the things that I'm going to do with the little booklet. I have more pages to do and lots of pockets to do because I made quite a few of those little cards. I think there's 13 of them. So I have 13 pockets or paper clips or belly bands or whatever I'm going to do to get those in there. So I'm just going to continue on the same theme. I want the book to have basically, you know, a lot of the same colors. I think I'll tear a piece of this green and put that in the book as well, so it'll tie it in a little more. And there you have it. Watch my first part 1 video of the tiny journal. I show you how I actually made the little journal, and then go ahead in and decorate them as you please. So make sure that you be yourself and make things and have a whole lot of fun doing it. And I thank you very much for watching my videos. I don't know how many I have now. It's getting up there. I have a few showing you different ways of making artwork the way I do it. Doesn't mean it's the right way. It just means it's my way. So go ahead, have fun. And again, thank you for watching. And make sure that you subscribe and like and share. That would help me out quite a bit. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.